I would like you to watch this video for you to see how Nnamdi KANU have destroyed the Nigerian courts today. Because if you look at it very well, the way Omotosho, the way the government is handling the case, it is a sign that to show you that everything about this case is on injustice. They are just doing it to make sure that they pin Nnamdi KANU down. But it's because of that he is a person that is a wise man, and the government is too strong for the government to control because they have used every means to bring him down. In this video, you are going to see how he talk very boldly to the chief judge without fear and without looking back. And even though Yale is called the news agent, those that is writing fake news and they're doing all sorts of things in the name of they are trying to mock him. So he talked to them also. I would like you to watch it to the end because don't skip any parts so that for you to understand everything. And also our Biafran activists that explain a lot of things concerning what is also going on in this issue of Nnamdi KANU and the issue of Omotosho also. So as you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and make sure you share this to go around. Let everyone see what is going on in Nigeria. And thank you for watching.
Where's the lying news agency of Nigeria? Are they here? Those liars and deceivers, are they here? That distort the news. You don't know what law is. You don't know what justice is. Where's the news agency of Nigeria? What are they? You don't know that God is a God of justice. You don't know that? That God in heaven is a God of justice. You don't know that?
But that's what you wrote. You said here, my lord, that the defendant has now applied for bail. Now, as I've said earlier, bail is a decision of the court taking into consideration all the conditions laid down in Muhammad Abacha v. State. At this stage, I am of the opinion that to make or take a stand on the bail application without first hearing and determine the issue that is glaring in the face, which is the absence of the defendant from the court since 25th of April 2017 until he was produced on the 29th of June, my lord, which was exactly what the Supreme Court did. They said that he did not jump bail. These criminals came to my house to kill me. That's what the Supreme Court said. This is in your own court, my lord. So I cannot understand, my lord, why my trial will be conducted contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria that said I must have free and unfettered access to my counsel. Is here. Okay. He did something in my case. I refused him. He was something official. I asked him to do himself. Why did the chief judge insist I must write? He left my case.
Okay, listen. If anybody is not happy with this,
Yes.
then you need to go and
No, I cannot. Because I have a court order. I have a court order. You have refused yourself. I have a court order. Anybody who disagrees with this order of court, go to appeal court. That's what you tell me all the time. You are from disobedience. You cannot preside over this case number again. Not in this life. You cannot. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. And one over here cannot force this court to preside on my case. You cannot. Not today, not till forever. You are recused and you stand recused. Tell the chief judge, Nnamdi KANU said, go on appeal. I recuse him from my case. The state recused Justice my case. I don't need you in my case. You are biased. You are biased. You cannot be in my case. I don't know if you do the right thing. A chairman of the board of managers constitution is impropriety. Nowhere in the world such nonsense talk. You cannot be hobnobbing with lawyers, hobnobbing with justices, and you're proceeding a case. It's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Shameful. This is a record of law. This is a shrine to injustice. And I will not subject myself to it. You stand recused and you must take my case. You cannot buy me.
I simply apply for a legal trial of the defendant.
This man is not paying attention. There is an order of recusal, and he's a senior advocate for goodness sake. There's an order of recusal. Is that not the rule of law? The law says if you disagree with this, you go and appeal. You are a grown-up man. Because of 300 million, you're behaving like a child. Go and appeal. Because of money. Because of money they're paying you from ATM's office, you are here standing and smoking evil. Because of money. A grown-up man like you say you have to want to behave like a man of honor. The rule of law says you go and appeal. His Lordship Binta Yebe will not try my case. Not on this planet Earth, I'm telling you that now. So stop wasting your time.
So that, as I said, the view of the past that the defendant has indicated that he will not make a formal application. I apply that the Lordship was a safety day for hearing.
You are not well. You are not well. I'm telling you, this is what I'm not well. This is an order of court. An order of court says Justice Binta Nyako is recused. An order of court. Order she made as an order. The same Chief Justice writing the stupid memo he's writing. I recused him. He was functus official. He sat on appeal. I took him to NJC. I recused him. Why did he not say I must sit on your case? Why in the case of his lordship is he insisting? He wants to embarrass her. He wants to embarrass your lordship by asking her to come and sit on this case. Is that what you're saying?
Please,
That's an order. Give it to him. He doesn't have it. Give him an order of court. It's an order of court. Give it to him. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. It's an order of court.
I take your permission.
It's an order of court.
I take your permission to address you. But let me tell the defendant that in everything life, there's need for wisdom. And wisdom is very important in this matter.
And tell him lies.
It is not right for you to be insulting the teacher and insulting.
If you insult yourself, I will insult you. If you have no respect for yourself, I will insult you. Because people are telling the law, when it comes to Nnamdi KANU, you turn the law upside down. The law says one thing. If the law says this paper is white, when I go to court, they say it's black. When I say it's black, they say it's white. Is that law? I'm asking you, a senior advocate of Nigeria, is that law? Is the memo from Chief Judge, is memo from Chief Judge sufficient to set aside a court order? The answer is no. Why do you want to change the law in my own case? His Lordship, Justice Binta Nyako, stand recused in my case. Cannot try me. Why don't you get it? Give me your delegate for trial so you can do your mathematics you always do. People without shame. I have here before me for the benefit of Chief Awomolo because it seems he doesn't know the law. So I will tell him, this is national judicial policy of this country. Please give them a copy each. National judicial policy of Nigeria. National judicial policy. I will tell you what it says. Because you don't know, I will tell you. Talking about memo from the Chief Judge of the High Court. Judicial policy of Nigeria. 1C. I'm reading. Verbatim. In the performance of judicial functions, the judge is subject only to the law and must only consider the law. The rule of law in every common law jurisdiction in the world is that once an order of court is entered, the only way to set aside it is by going on appeal. That's the rule of law. But the senior advocate, you don't know. I will go to see. A judge must not take or attempt to take orders or instructions of any kind from any chief judge, from anybody that may influence his decisions in the performance of the judicial function, it means that his lordship, having entered an order of court, a decision between myself and her.
We are seeing a surprise development. Remember that Omoyele Sowore led a protest hashtag free Nnamdi KANU now, where he shut down Abuja for Nnamdi KANU. Then surprisingly, Sowore appeared in court today, and we have seen that they have been arrested. And Sowore is someone who have visited Alojimeko the other day, and he submitted a bail application. What are we seeing? What is this new thing?
I think a total clampdown on resistance voices and voice of freedom. Because Sowore becomes very relevant as a result of Nnamdi KANU on this issue. And before now, I can tell you there was a court injunction stating that Sowore should not be allowed within the court premises, you know, and that statement was issued by the court, and Sowore, which for now does not hold any water. Sowore actually went to court because Nnamdi KANU is appearing in the court today. We don't know whether actually it was based on that he was arrested, or based on the already the development that we are seeing at this moment, where Nnamdi KANU has finally taken a decision to actually open defense. And but if you look at Omoyele Sowore's arrest, you know, he sent another strong signal that Nigerian government has actually declared war on justice, has actually declared war on freedom. Sowore's arrest, as I report to you, right there in the court where Nnamdi KANU was seen, you know, attending to his court appearance today.
You can clearly see Sowore and of course Nnamdi KANU while they were moving together, even right in the hospital. Viewers can see the picture on the screen.
Yes, they can watch the video of how Sowore was actually, you know, arrested, you know, and taken to unknown location. But let me tell you very clearly, you know, that issue of Sowore's arrest is going to trigger another form of, you know, discussion centering on how this government has become tyrannical and draconian to
let me even ask this. Is it because Sowore had hinted the other day that he's going to give updates as to the next line of action secret to another protest? Yeah, maybe because they don't want another protest.
It is not necessarily, if Sowore does not lead any protest, there are thousands of them here who can actually lead the protest and still make impact. I can tell you that, you know, outside that, a day has not been fixed for another, you know, powerful, impactful protest in that regard, as in Freeman's Nnamdi KANU now protest, and that's already, you know, getting international acknowledgement. Let me put it that way, you know, international attention, you know, and the Nnamdi KANU factor has continued to generate, you know, traction in all ramifications. So if you look at what actually Bola Ahmed Tinubu want to achieve with all this, you know, he's really painting his government in really, you know, bad light, you know, considering this latest development where the leader of revolution now, Omoyele Sowore, has been arrested right inside the court. You know, the arrest of Sowore will trigger another form of, you know, uprising. Let me put it that way, because Nigerians would not like to see that kind of a thing, you know, happen. And well, we have seen severally in this part of the world under Jonathan, the way a manner protest was being led in this country. You know, it is a civil responsibility. It is a civil right. Arresting Sowore will not solve the problem. The government themselves should look inwards and see how they are going to manage this issue, so that it will not turn to something, you know, they cannot handle after. These are people, these are figures that the entire masses of Nigeria see, you know, as a symbol of hope, as a symbol of freedom, as a symbol of defense, as a symbol, of justice, and those who cannot be able to speak for themselves, the voice of the voiceless. So it can trigger, it might have a multiplying effect, a similar effect on this government if care is not taken. I want to say it very clearly. That action has been taken right there in the presence of the presiding judge, James Omotoso, and I can tell you that those DSS that were involved, it happened in the presence of Omotoso, and the presiding judge was not able to stop the arrest of Sowore inside the court. It's quite unfortunate.
But is Sowore becoming a threat to the government?
Sowore is not a threat to anybody. I can never be a threat. If Sowore is a threat to them now, then what happens under Jonathan? And when Sowore was seen as part of the protest that led to, I would say it was the downfall of Jonathan, but we see how prominent figures in this country led a protest against Jonathan. I said a lot of things about Jonathan. Jonathan never arrested anybody, but it tells you that a lot of things is wrong and factored into, what the government does not want the Nigerian masses to know about how they are managing, the instrument of justice in this country. And you see, I repeat again, I want to be quoted. Every Nigerian was born a free man, then how come we suddenly become slaves under APC?
But do you think the government can manage #free Nnamdi Kanu, #free Sowore? It's becoming too obvious.
It depends on how long. It depends on how long they want to keep Sowore in secret detention. You understand? Then that will now be another factor that will determine what is going to happen. But I think the whole thing is being modeled together. Let me just say it one thing. If some people have been listening to one of the former CIA writer, James Abiche, he said it very clearly, that too many fish in the pond will stay up the mud. What is building up currently now can stay up a revolution in Nigeria, and they will not be able to stop it. Arresting Sowore is not the solution to what is happening now. If and as much as under Jonathan we saw a lot of protests that took place, why is the Nigerian government going after people who are protesting to what they feel is passive judgment to their plight? That is not democracy anymore. What we see, this thing is becoming, tyrannical, and it's a sign of an emperor in power. And I think to an extent, Nigerians can decide anytime to rise against this, calm down on resistant voices in Nigeria. Like the likes of Sowore. Sowore and Nnamdi Kanu are not in the same line of, agitation, but I can tell you, I remember some time ago when Sowore was also apprehended. You can take you back during the days of Ezazaki, when both of them were in custody. Nnamdi Kanu was in London, and he uses his platform to advocate for the immediate release of Sowore and Ezazaki. So
what Sowore doing like a payback time?
I wouldn't say it's a payback time. What has triggered Sowore's leading a protest is circumstantial, because Nnamdi Kanu has attracted sympathy. Nnamdi Kanu has attracted international attention. Nnamdi Kanu is being seen that what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu is a deliberate act of injustice, and that was what triggers the likes of Sowore to step in and start calling for Nnamdi Kanu's release. And the law does not justify that Nnamdi Kanu actually committed an offense. That is the first thing you must understand.
No, the law presuming innocent or proven otherwise.
No, it's not a matter of, we don't want to go there. There's no presumption here. It's a matter of presumption. What the law has stated should be respected. In October 2022, the Supreme Court declared the child acquitted. The matter was taken to the Supreme Court. So then you all came back and ordered for the trial. So what is the justification? Apart from that, you will not continue a trial in a court of competent jurisdiction in a situation where a criminal act is being perceived to have been conducted against the suspect. It is no longer the law. Nnamdi KANU is in DSS custody because of interest.
Let us briefly look at Nnamdi KANU deciding to sack his lawyers and is calling some big names as witness to his case. The names like Babaji Sanwo, of course.
Nnamdi KANU did not. Let us put that record straight here on this point now. Nnamdi KANU never sacked any lawyer. Nnamdi KANU opened defense because the presiding judge, James just said that Nnamdi KANU has a case to answer. Yes, then of course the federal government have closed their defense. That is okay. He submitted no case submission. He came back and said he has a case. This is the case now.
What do you make of the big names are hearing?
He is going to defend himself. He's going to expose them to the law. Yes, let them come and prove. Let me tell you why he mentions Sowolu. Nnamdi KANU, one of the charges against Nnamdi KANU, where they are using against him, was the issue of answers. And if you look at what the Lagos State government, the panel they said on answers, nobody mentioned Nnamdi KANU's name there. So Sowolu should come out and defend how Nnamdi KANU ignited the answers thing. As simple as that. With the panel report. So the whole world will see where Nnamdi KANU's name that appeared in that panel. So it's a case of suicide mission, live or die, whichever way Nnamdi KANU has turned the table against them. And that is where they are seeing Sowore, that they need to keep him one side so that nobody will begin to trigger what they saw happen in October 20th. But unfortunately for them, we have thousands of resilient activists currently now tied to the freedom of Nnamdi KANU from all over the world. Thank you.
That is it. All those things they are doing, the government, they are trying to pin him, they are trying to shut him down, just trying to bribe him for him to drop the agitation of Biafra. That is why they are going all through all this way and running everywhere. So that is the main reason why. So I would like to hear your comment down below. What do you think about the whole thing going on? Like, comment, and share the video to go around. Let everyone see what is really going on in Nigeria. And thank you for watching.